I don't know. Hopefully they come. Our marshrutka is supposed to leave in 20 minutes.
And it looks like a massive cheese pizza.
Careful.
Oh.
That's a hole.
Okay, this walk through the caves is becoming very maze-like now.
We're Nicole and Mico. In 2021, we decided to take the leap and trade our 9-to-5 jobs in order to travel full-time. We believe travel is one of the best ways to build understanding between people. So we've hit the road on a journey to learn more about new cultures, unique places, and different foods. We'd love for you to join us, and if you're interested in coming along, you'll find new videos here twice a week.
Today we're off to see the Vardzia Caves, and right now we're headed over to the bus station to catch yourself a bus over there, a marshrutka. Right now it's about 15 degrees Celsius, it's a little cloudy, so it's a lot chillier than we're used to, but hopefully by the time we get to the caves it'll be a little bit warmer. Okay, before we get to the caves, the first thing we have to do is get a marshrutka bus to take us over there. So, step 1, get a ticket. Step 2, find out which bus will take us there.
It's a little tricky to get a ticket when no one's here. We've been knocking, shouting. Your purse is here.
Maybe you gotta yell in Russian.
Yeah, maybe we need to learn some Russian or Georgian. I don't know. Hopefully they come. Our marshrutka is supposed to leave in 20 minutes. So, we need them soon. To Vardzia? Got the tickets. Which means we have a seat on the marshrutka. It's a good start.
So now that we have the ticket, we have to find out which one of these buses it is. The trouble with finding the right bus is that all the signage, or most of the signage, is in either Georgian or Russian. We basically have to just kind of point to our phone maps and tell people here's where we wanted to go, and they hopefully will help us find the right bus. Vardzia Caves?
Hideaway.
Okay, thank you. Bus is here.
Made it to the caves, to Vardzia Caves, but it is noon. It was about an hour and a half drive up here, and the marshrutka left a little later than we had expected, so it's noon. So we are having lunch first before we head into the caves, so we can be happy and full and not grumpy, because I get grumpy when I'm hungry. I forgot to say, we're also getting coffee. Also essential. We have not had any today. So we're gonna be caffeinated, hydrated, and fed. And we should have a good time at Vardzia Caves if I have knocked all those things off my list.
And this is not a bad place for lunch too. It's really stunning. Got a great view of the river and also the hills across from it. And it's actually a really good price.
What'd you get, dear?
Okay, I got a massive plate. This is the Migruli Khachapuri, and it looks like a massive cheese pizza. She said there's cheese on the outside, which you could definitely see, and there's also cheese on the inside. Wow, that is cheese and cheese and cheese and bread. Big cheese pizza. All done lunch. That was so good, but that was way too much food, so we've packed up some of it and we'll have it for tomorrow. Now we're off to buy some tickets. See if you pay an extra 80 cents, you can get a ride up, which is great because I'm full of cheese. So we're off walking to the Vardzia Caves, and that was really nice to get the golf cart ride up. Nicole has the audio guide, so she loves listening to them. I like to hear Cole's notes on them, so we'll see what we can learn.
We're at the Vardzia Caves. which is effectively a cave city. So in the late 1100s, the medieval kingdom of Georgian was under attack from the Mongols. And so as a way to protect itself, it built this underground sanctuary. It was originally 13 levels and had 6,000 apartments. And it was a massive stronghold. Unfortunately, just a century after it was created, an earthquake came and destroyed a lot of it and made a lot of it visible, whereas previously it was very, very difficult to see that there was a city here at all. So even though an earthquake came through, the monastery and city continued to thrive, and it wasn't until 1551, when it was overtaken and raided by Persians, that it really stopped being used as a monastery. And then it kind of lay dormant for a number of centuries until it was discovered in the 1900s. I don't know what else to say.
Doing some cave exploration now. Whoa! It is significantly cooler in here than it is out there. It's actually really refreshing.
Nice.
It's really nice.
Careful.
Oh!
That's a hole.
If you're paying attention here,
Yeah, I know, right?
like you just fall. Man, that's super dangerous. If I was just walking here and then didn't think of anything of this shadow, boom.
Boom.
Boom. Trap. This is not safe for children to just run around. Whoa. Guys, you gotta be really careful walking around here. There's lots of holes and cliffs everywhere. Be careful, there might be a cliff on the other end.
It probably is.
We found some good examples of a traditional dwelling house here in the city.
I mean, the roof is collapsed by the looks of it, but I think this whole space, like these multiple rooms, would have originally been for living in.
This place is nice. It's got natural lighting right up there. That's pretty cool.
That's the next floor, though. Someone should have lived there.
Natural lighting with the people above you.
Thanks for the earthquake.
Wow. And here we're in the cellar area.
The audio guide says this also would have been part of the dwelling house. So 3 rooms that, according to the audio guide, have survived in almost their original form. I think we're on the 6th level right now, so I think that would have been the 7th level.
Oh man.
Maybe it's like your besties live above you and you have a stairwell attaching your houses. Or like multiple generations of family members.
Say what you will, but it's definitely a fixer-upper, right?
Wow. It just keeps going and going. It's actually a really big space, like
Yeah.
to live in. I wonder how many people live in one dwelling.
You throw in some granite, some pot lights, wood flooring. Hardwood flooring's back, right?
I think so. Wow.
I think if you lived in this city, you gotta be really fit to go up and down so many stairs just to go one room over. If there were stairs back then, I guess.
So we're in a secret passageway, and Vardzia was created in such a way that it was only accessible by a handful of secret passageways. And I guess as we go down, we're gonna see sort of small little rooms off to the side of the passageway, and those were where guards would have been to keep a lookout, because there really was only a couple of ways that were really quite hidden to actually enter the cave city back in the day.
The steps are so inconsistent. Along with the height of the roof.
Spring.
I think you can go there.
Yeah, there's a number.
The spring.
Oh,
Wow,
this is cool.
this is cool.
Oh, it is so cool in here.
Like cold?
Yeah.
Wow, it is cold. Oh, that's so cool.
You don't want to be tall. Again, you just don't want to be tall.
Oh,
It's
wow.
so nice and cold.
It is nice and cold.
So I just listened to the audio guide. Apparently, the spring is constant. They would clean it once a year. When they took the water out, it would take 4 to 5 days for the spring to fill back up. And it just sits at a consistent 11 degrees, no matter the season, which is so cool. And they use it for like drinking. It's apparently delicious. All right, so It looks like they take some water from the spring and put it inside this tub for visitors to enjoy.
All right. Leave some for the monks. Tastes like water. The spring stuff is always really cool. I don't know why, but whenever we come across these old cities, I'm always oddly curious about how they kept up the city's infrastructure in terms of water. Like, how did they irrigate and provide water for everybody on a city built on the hills? I think it's really cool. Okay, this walk through the caves is becoming very maze-like now. You gotta squeeze through this low hallway. Watch your head.
Can you imagine living down here? And you like have to do this every time. So cool.
It's like a maze.
It is a maze. Whoa.
Where does it go?
So these tunnel systems were part of Vardzia's defense system. So if they were infiltrated or if somebody was trying to take over the city, they would like go into these caves and then use like one of these drops, for instance, to like throw boulders on incoming folks and kill them.
Can't imagine just being under attack and then having to run through these hallways with a boulder in your hand just so that you could drop it on somebody in one of those holes.
It just keeps going.
It is.
It keeps going. Like, wow. I guess we're gonna eventually, it sounds like, come to a space where there's a door and they would use that spot to kill infiltrators one by one as they tried to get through the door because it's so small. Smart.
Nicole's a secret military tactician, in case anybody's wondering. Don't mess with her.
I think this is where he gets slaughtered. We've made it this far.
This is what the gauntlet.
This is where you don't want to be.
Definitely a good place for an ambush. We made it back to the outside world. I honestly think the best part is when you go through the tunnels and you come back outside and then you see how beautiful of a day it is.
And hot.
So nice.
Really neat. Up here you can see all the greenery. It's actually because the monks live here. Last I read there were 7 monks who continue to live here and keep up the property, if you want to call it that. Yeah, so we actually are obviously like growing plants and things up here. So beautiful. Again, like this is their backyard. Lucky.
We've got to start heading back now because there's only one bus that'll take us back into town and we have to get all the way over there. I'm coming! Gonna catch our bus. I am very thankful that today is not a rainy day. These could be very slippery steps. And you definitely gotta watch your step because there's all of a sudden a large hole.
Wow.
Wow, we are done. We made it out of the caves.
So impressive. It was pretty epic. It's a little out of the way in Georgia, but honestly I think it's worth it, not just for the Vardzia Caves, but the region is stunning. Like I'd say this is probably the most beautiful part of Georgia we've seen.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Rolling hills that I think some might even consider mountains, but I think they're just hills.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful, so worth it for that too. So now we are headed back down to catch our marshrutka. Oh, you feel gorgeous. Hi there. Hello. Georgia dogs are so big. Hi. You're so tiny. Aww. You're so sweet.
So if you want, I'll be right there. Anything you want for you, my sweetheart. I'll be by your side, and when I do,
off the bus and now going out to grab some groceries for dinner.
All right, dinner is served.
That's the end of our day.
I think all we're doing tonight, hey, is just doing some travel planning.
A little bit of research of where we're going to next.
Yeah, we think we're headed to Armenia, which shares a border with Georgia. But we need to do a little bit of research on how exactly we can get there. We had hoped to get there by marshutka, which are a really common mode of transportation here, but it's a little tricky to get over the border right now in the marshutka.
If we can't cross the border by marshutka, we'll probably have to take the train or marshutka back to Tbilisi, the capital of Georgia, and then take the train into Armenia.
But that's it for us today. So we'll see you next time.
All right, thanks for watching.
We're off to catch a van, and then we'll manage to get there.
Because we might die.
The point is, there was an earthquake. That was devastating.
I think these stairs were made after. To the little caves and passageways and tunnels, and it was, yeah, it was good, a cool experience.
Was it cool, babe?
It was cool!
Cool! It's a lot of pasta. I didn't get anything but pasta. Lemony.